Hey everyone, welcome back to my latest rally trapping video. Today I'll be showcasing some clips from the Mini Titan. Today we'll be taking a bunch of single rallies from some decent leads today. I think Gav is here, SQ1 is here, KD1, EW, there's a bunch of guilds. Not all of them actually do hit me though, because they end up canceling like a million rallies here, so I don't know what they are doing here. So they were setting and canceling, and like, I can't remember if they weren't filling or they just didn't really know what to do, because again, I think I gave them my scout here, so they had my scout. Maybe they thought I was online, they tried to bamboozle me and all that, and they're like, should we counter them or not? This looks suspicious, blah, blah, blah. So I was just like, keep in mind, at this point, I was just sitting here doing nothing. They canceled 5 rallies. I have not moved a muscle. The count should be exactly the same. All their tests should be the same, so I don't understand what they were really doing, why they had to cancel 5 times. But here comes the first coalition. It's going to be infantry. Again, they did test me in infantry, and they sent infantry. So again, they tried to bamboozle me here, but again, I'm not going to move because I want them to see that I was in infantry. They're going to rescout me and see that I took the hit in infantry, so I haven't moved formations. The reason I do this, like, I could counter them here pretty easily, but I decided not to, because if I counter them and they scout me and they're like, oh, he's now in Cav, he's obviously online, then they all cancel the rallies and I don't get a second rally. So that's kind of why I decided to take infantry on infantry. Keep in mind, I took that in construction gear, and so it did do a little bit of damage to me. So again, sometimes you just gotta take a little bit of damage, a little more damage than normal. Try not to take a full counter if possible. If they had sent Cav, I probably would have swapped to range and full countered them, but since they're nice enough to send infantry, I was able to stay in infantry and take another rally. They did get my scout with my pack 5s on my wall, so I'm not sure if they realized I was online or not at this point. Looks like Gav Kun is going to go in next. I was just waiting for the rally here, and it was like, oh, wait a minute, what's taking so long? The rally should be walking right now, and it looks like they canceled again. So they canceled as well, so I was like, okay, they're going to take my pack 5s off my wall, and they reset. So I don't know if they just didn't like what they had, or they just couldn't fill that rally, but they decided to cancel there. And I don't know what's going on here. So yeah, there was the EW rally there. It was pretty good. 1.1 mil tier 5, did 1.4 mil to my front line, and 900k with the pack 5 familiars. Keep in mind, I don't have much HP on my in my construction set. Also, I'm not running my proper heroes on my wall either. So I'm gonna swap those over for the next rally. Put the proper heroes on my wall. Again, I don't want to do a full hero swap and a full familiar swap every single time. So sometimes I just run my full heroes and just do a familiar swap. The issue is if they scout me before that happens. So again, I'm trying to do the familiar swap last minute here as well. So keep in mind, if they get my scout and they see I've swapped familiars, they will kind of know I'm online. So that is another problem. So it is hard, obviously, when you're not running an anti. If you're running an anti, it's so much easier because you just have your familiars on your wall, have your actual heroes. They don't know what it is. But it's also harder to actually take a rally. So I decided to actually throw on my fake war gear here for this rally, because I wasn't 100% sure what was going on. They ended up canceling the rally, unfortunately, because I threw my fake war gear on, but the other guild decided not to cancel. So again, I guess they saw that I threw on this war gear and they're like, huh, maybe he's not so dangerous, because again, I only have low 20 mil troops, and if I throw on war gear like this, sometimes it even gives them more confidence, because they're like, oh, he has really crappy war gear, even though he's online, we can obviously burn this guy. But usually, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have thrown the war gear on, took another rally, and then done something else. Again, the rally lead is quite strong, so I could get in trouble, and this is also something. I was sitting in Cav Wedge for some reason. I don't know why. I can't remember why I was sitting in Cav Wedge, but I never sit in Cav Wedge, so I'm not sure why, for whatever reason, I decided this time to sit in Cav Wedge, but it was not a good idea. I ended up getting full counter, did not get my swap off in time, took way more damage than I probably wanted to. Keep in mind, range into Cav, it hurts. It hurts a lot. So yeah, that happened. So ended up taking quite a bit of reds on there. Actually got into my tier 4 as well. Thank God for the Sanctuary, because I will be getting most of those troops back. But yeah, you do not want to take a range blast like that into Cav. It hurts so much. Like, again, that's last thing I wanted to do, actually. I'd rather take an infantry blast into like range wedge or something like that, would have took like way less damage, but decided to not do that. So again, now that I've lost a ton of troops, they probably even have more confidence in trying to burn me, because guess what? Yeah, anyways, this is my fake gear stats, by the way. It's like low 500s, like 520, 530, and my fake gear, I could get this set over 600 if I just decided to put jewels in it, which I don't for whatever reason. I don't think I have extra jewels right now because it is in my blast set, so I can't make a real mix set, a fake mix set, and I'll have jewels in all my blast sets as well. So that is the one issue. I guess I could take range jewels out. I don't usually use my range blast that often, anyways. But anyways, that's beside the point. So again, now that they know I'm online and all this, I'm like, I don't really need to sit here anymore. I do have one of their leaders. They are trying to actually free the leader, so yeah, I'm just gonna port over here, because port to the Wonder, because if you port to the Wonder, it does make it look like you think you're going to burn. It does give them more confidence as well. If you port to the corner, a lot of times they're like, I don't want to waste that many carpets. He might not be in Fury, so he might just be trying to waste our carpets, and they'll just cancel or whatever sometimes, and they'll give up on you. But if you port to the Wonder, there's a better chance they'll try and go for it, because first off, you can't shield because you're on the Wonder. Secondly, it looks like you're trying to burn and get away. You might be in Fury or something like that. And yeah, so they might try to go after you a little bit harder. So this time, I am going to try and counter the rally since they know I'm online. I will go for the counter. I'm not going to swap to my war gear for this guy. He's not strong enough for that. Like my real war gear, keep in mind, not my fake war gear. So I won't be swapped to my real war gear. And my fake war gear is honestly good enough. I can take like 95% of the leads in my fake war gear, and then it's that 5%, those top tier guys, that I need to put it on. So this time they are sending cav. They know I've lost quite a bit of cav, so maybe that's why they sent infantry. They were hoping for a walk back, but yeah, with my stats and all that, that's not going to happen. As you can see, they only did 1.1 mil. You can see, again, I still have a decent tier, what's it called, tier 2 frontline in my cav, because I was in wedge, so I didn't lose all my tier 2 from that what's called range hit. If I was in cav foul, by the way, I would have took like 7 or 8 mil reds instead of like 4, so it's just better. So it does get in your tier 4 quicker, but you do technically take less reds. So anyways, I'm gonna port to the other side now. It looks like SQ1 is coming after me now. Rockefeller, he's a maxed account, or at least close to a max account, top tier Titan sort of thing. He's got 115 bless, so again, I guess not a maxed account, but he's got full tempered 12 mythic champ. He's got 311k heroes. He's got 600 plus artifact stars with 115 blessed. He's got max castle stars at the time, so I think there's 180 now, but at that time it was only 175. This was like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, so before the new skin came out. So, or maybe the new skin came out and he just hadn't maxed it. Whatever. Anyway, so SQ Rockefeller's coming in right here. Again, I was expecting, I believe, a mixed one, because these max accounts, they go mixed almost every single time. And keep in mind, I have 3 leaders right now, so they're trying to free those leaders. They need to burn me and get a walk back. I was not going to let that happen, by the way, so I'm going to actually pull out 3 million troops from my sanctuary. That's another thing. I keep 3 million troops in my sanctuary at almost all times, so if I ever need to pull it out, I can do it. I'm going to throw on my war gear, click on the wrong thing. Coalition's coming in. It is a kind of like heavy inf mix one. I don't know what we call this blast. Like 644 or something like that, or whatever they want to call it. But anyways, just going to take it in range. It's fine. He did 1.8 mil. I don't know if infantry is better for this one. Maybe infantry wedge. I don't know. I haven't tested infantry wedge against that formation, but range foul on this account is decent. It only did 1.8. I'll take that. Again, I did have to put my war gear on for this guy just because he is kind of one of those top tier accounts, high level Titan sort of thing. But yeah, I've taken like 500 artifact star guys in my fake gear and done quite well, but those top guys I will throw on my real gear for. You can see what my comp is. Again, I still had a decent comp, even after losing all those tier 4 cav. I still had 2.4 mil. That's more than enough on this account to cap people. Had about a 4 mil front line. You can see Mr. Rockefeller's 311k heroes on there, so he's a decent attacker. And yeah, he does have full temper 12, as you can see on here. 175 cast stars, 115 artifacts, or what's called, not 115 115 blessed artifacts, and 644 artifact stars. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the mini Titan video. We'll have some more videos coming out on this account. I am constantly trying to rally trap as much as I can. If you guys like the video, hit the thumbs up. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.